Hi everyone, and here is my end of week 11 update. And again, it's been a very positive week for me. The weight loss has been about 500 grams, so half a kilo. So I'm certainly going to take that. I was well aware my weight loss would plateau towards the end of these 12 weeks. I'm not losing any water anymore. This is just purely fat burned or energy burn that's causing this. So yeah, I'm very happy with half a kilo, so I'm going to take that. So approaching the end of these 12 weeks, and I'm getting excited, and I'm getting anxious as well. I know that I'll be back on proper food, albeit in a in a phased return. So I don't know how I really feel about that. I know I'm anxious, and I just don't want to go into bad habits. So I will take the time. I'll probably have to install one application like MyFitnessPal or something similar, just to calorie count. And I know that's something that I don't really like doing. It's not. I've tried that before. I didn't get on well with it, but I'm going to give it my best and count calories. But I'm enjoying the shakes. So I don't know whether going forward it's possible to incorporate the shakes as part of a healthier lifestyle anyway, even if it's just as a snack or a meal replacement, perhaps. Like, I don't know, but obviously we're a long way off from that at the moment. Let's get next week out of the way, and then the 6 weeks of transitioning back into proper food. So one of the things that has happened this week, and it's happened over the last few days, is I have been suffering from, like, I call it like a burnout. I'm doing my exercise and I'm feeling more and more tired as I'm going, and I expect it's down to the fact that I'm pushing myself too hard, and my body's saying, look, Chris, you're not consuming many calories, but you're doing a lot of exercise. I mean, I was doing like 15, 17, 18,000 steps a day. And perhaps this is my body's way of going, look, Chris, you're pushing yourself too hard. Wind it back in a little bit. So the last few days I've been doing 10,000 steps or so, or just over 10, just to say I've hit my 10,000 steps. And I'm feeling a lot better for it. I'm starting to regain my energy. So I'm probably going to coast like this for the remaining week. And then once I start increasing my calories every day, then I'll be able to start finding my new normal when it comes to like fitness. But as I said, when I started this program, I could barely walk 400 meters without being tired, perhaps a quarter of a mile, something like that. Now I can walk 5 miles, and if you'd asked me 6 months ago if you thought I could run 5 miles, I was joking. Well, I wouldn't have taken myself seriously. But I mean, I remember it was only perhaps 4 or 5 videos when I first started walking, and I was walking on a Saturday, so I was doing a park run, and I said to myself, I'll give myself a target for the end of August, end of September to do it. I'm now walking further than a park run. I'm nearly doing 10k, and I haven't been able to run the 10k in all years. I mean, albeit, yes, I'm walking, I know that, but if I can slowly improve my health to a point where I can do things like that, yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the future. And that is ultimately the purpose of this. I am changing my lifestyle to improve my quality of life, not just for today, but in 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. As I reach my 60s, 70s and 80s, anything I can do to put my diabetes into remission, or to lessen the damaging effects that it can have on you, it's going to put me in a much better stead for my older years. And without joke, it could prolong my life, especially if my health and my fitness levels increasing at the same time. And that's what I can't lose sight of. I have to keep focusing on the fact that it's not just how you feel today, but it's how I feel in 6 months or a year or 2 years. And yes, I appreciate my I'm not going to suddenly become a marathon runner. So I think my ultra marathon running days are behind me somehow. But if I can get to the point where I can do an hour's worth of moderate fitness a few times a week, or not exercise, sorry, a few times a week, then that puts me at a level of fitness I haven't been since I was perhaps in my late teens, early 20s. And even when I was a lot younger, I started off as when I was a lot younger, when I was perhaps 13, 14, 15, I used to be able to do 10Ks. I used to be competitive, and I found food, I got addicted to food, and well, slowly over time and lack of effort from me to reverse the situation, my fitness decreased and my size increased, and here I am, age 42, on a diabetes path to remission program. But program aside, the fact that I'm eating healthier, when yes, it's shakes to begin with, and then I'm moving on to like a phased approach, or a pathway as they call it, and then hopefully I'll be able to make the change back into a more sustainable dietary lifestyle. And again, there's that diet word again, and I'm not a diet person, but if I can change my lifestyle for the better, and just as importantly, if I can increase my level of activity, then yeah, of course I'm going to be in a much better place for the future. I can't not be. As I said 6 months ago, quarter of a mile tops. Now 4 or 5 miles easily. I'm not going to complain at that. So I was having a chat with someone the other day about my finger prick tests, and they were saying, well, why are you saying that your blood sugar is in a sort of a non-diabetic or a pre-diabetic level compared to a diabetic level when you're getting 5.5? And it's like, I understand that, and I agree with you that if you're a diabetic, getting your blood sugar as low as possible into the 5s is achievable. But I'm doing it without medication. I am doing it without any metformin or any other form of medication, and my blood sugar is naturally that low. Now, yes, I'm on a lower calorie, very low carb diet at the moment because of these shakes. So who's to know what's going to happen when I reintroduce food, and that's something I'm going to have to be very mindful of. But from a health metric point of view, I think I'm doing incredibly well, and that's the attitude I've got to take, and that is the plan that I intend to carry through until week 12 and beyond. That my health metrics, my fitness, my blood sugar, my blood pressure, my weight are all lower or healthier than they were when I started this beginning of January or middle of January. So I'm really, really happy for the future, and as I said, I'm anxious about the diet, and I'm anxious what's going to happen after week 12 and after the reintroduction pathway is finished. But I'm going to give it my best shot, and we're going to take it from there, and I'm not going to beat myself up if I have any slip-ups. I tried that, I punished myself, and that was a negative thing, and I learned from it, and I learned that yes, I'm responsible for my own decisions and my own actions, but I'm also human, and I'm allowed to make slip-ups, and I just have to basically cut myself a tiny bit of slack. So with that said, what am I going to eat? What is going to be my first proper meal? Well, okay, actually no, I'm not going to think about that now. I've still got some more shakes to finish, so perhaps I'll start thinking about that when I'm back end of next week, perhaps. So, final thought from week 11. I'm a lot healthier, even from 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the most important thing is I can do it. And if you're watching this video because you're on the Path to Remission program, or you're thinking about doing the Path to Remission program, it's not easy. You'll be challenging yourself. You'll be having a few difficult weeks, but it passes. And if you can pair it with increasing your activity and changing your mindset, because this is what it is, it's a mindset reset. Just as importantly as it is a food reset, this is a mindset reset. And if I can do it, you can too. Because I didn't think I'd be able to do this, and here I am, a week and a bit to go. And I hope people realise that I'm crushing it. Now, I'm probably going to come back and clip that in a few weeks' time as I start complaining I was overconfident, but no, I'm not going to do that. But I am really happy with what I've achieved over the last 11 weeks, and today and next week, and then going forward I'm going to give it my best shot. So I'm going to wrap that up for today. I'd like to thank you all if you're still watching this at this point, and if you are, please like the video and consider subscribing, because it really does help me keep an eye on the channel, so I know that you're watching and you're enjoying the content. If you've got any suggestions or anything you want me to answer rather, let me know. And you all have a great day, take care, and I'll see you on the next video.